Tonight, Season 8 starts up. Equestria Daily is archived in the Library of Congress. And some people back a funding campaign against abuse specifically to spite me or something. It's all on... I just realized I haven't even named the show yet. Dang it. So Season 8 has officially started up. I talked about this last week, but of course I'm going to be covering Season 8 because it's the newest season of MLP. It premiered today with its first episodes, well, a two-parter called School Days. In it, the first part is about Twilight Sparkle and her friends opening a school which accepts all kind of creatures, which means that we will see more creatures in the show, which I think is a plus. And in the second part, they have to save it because it got closed down at the first part, because of the EEA, which is this giant bureaucratic system that tried to tread on them. Don't tread on them! Of course, just like in real life, the bureaucrat slash politician slash whatever he is an old, out-of-touch man who is, of course, kind of racist. Seriously, there's a scene in this episode where he actually tells some of the other creatures to go back to their kind. Because, of course. They even introduce a kind of second main six, if you will, including a sea pony who is excited about everything, which is a joke that wore thin within about 2 minutes, a yak who is angry because he's a yak, a changeling who I'm pretty sure has a personality, I just couldn't figure out what it was, a griffin and a dragon, both of which typically prefer things to be cooler on an average of about 1/5. What I'm saying is they're essentially just Rainbow Dash. And a pony who, again, I'm pretty sure has a personality. I just can't for the life of me really figure out what it is, you know? Personally, I thought it was a pretty okay episode overall. Nothing I consider great, nothing I consider awful. It actually, I felt, handled the concept pretty well. I don't know, I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do with this concept and hope they continue to use it in ways that are, well, interesting. But overall, this just didn't really sell me on it as much as I would have liked it to, but, you know, I'm still optimistic. This show has proven it can do things that I enjoy, and therefore I'm hopefully going to be able to remain optimistic throughout all of Season 8. I mean, if this is Season 8, then it's not going to be a bad season. It's going to be an okay one. It's probably going to be kind of mediocre, but nothing awful. I mean, the most disappointing thing about it is that we know that this is going to be the second to last season of MLP. Or at least MLP-FIM. However, if this show is going out, I really didn't expect it to go out with a bang. But maybe they're saving the bang for next season. Who knows? Who knows? Now let's actually get into some news about the fandom. Many of you may be aware of the popular MLP fan site, Equestria Daily. Well, did you know it's officially being archived by the Library of Congress? Their archive covers the June 2014 to August 2016 articles, so there are a few years that are absent, but still. It is currently in its web culture section, and I'm honestly pleasantly surprised by this. I'm happy that something that is important to internet culture, that being the brony fandom, is officially being recognized by the Library of Congress. That's pretty interesting. You know, I felt like I kind of had to cover that one. Although, part of me is wondering, what else brony-related can we get in there? Can we get horse news in there? Maybe we can, say, get some of the weirder fan sites in there. Oh, yeah. Who knows? Actually, here's one. What if we get the official Silver Quill Twitter page in the Library of Congress? Do not actually try that. That is an atrocious idea. Now, the E4B has recently been going after me again, which is fine. They've been doing that for quite a while, and I've been going after them for quite a while. However, some readers of the E4B may not even be aware of this because they aren't actually doing posts about me. Instead, they're writing posts typically about Lily Pete, but not exclusively, and putting the tag, "Hi Ephrom," in there. Now, originally, when this came to my attention, I was going to go through and pick a couple of my favorites and just actually respond to them. However, then I saw this one, and I just had all sorts of things to say about it. You see, a YouCare, it's a campaign website similar to GoFundMe or Indiegogo, recently had one created for Sega Sister, in which it says this: Sega Sister, someone who has only recently been able to come forward about abuse by a certain person. It actually says abused by a certain person, but I'll ignore the grammatical mistakes, is in need of help to get away from another abusive situation. Her home is not safe. Her stepdad is very aggressive. He has a history of simply destroying objects, but recently he became violent and physically threw her across a hallway for merely speaking up for herself. As things stand, the plan is to get her the funds to get to her boyfriend, Voice of Reason. All money will go towards travel funds and obtaining and maintaining a cell phone until she can get a full-time job. The cell phone is necessary for communication purposes. We need to raise this by July because that's when she will be able to move in with Voice. Now you may be wondering what that has to do with me, and I was kind of wondering that at first too. However, luckily, Death Pony, the man who posted this on E4B, put in the tags, "Hi Ephrom," and "We know what you're gonna do." Not going to do, gonna do. And you know what? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the link to this campaign in the description and politely ask the people watching this video to donate to it, because, believe it or not, I can simultaneously dislike somebody and believe they don't deserve to get thrown across a room. I am then, for that matter, going to ask, wait a minute, why is it you needed to take a shot at me when you were promoting a campaign to get your friend out of an abusive situation? Do I really need to go on at that point? I just wanted to remind everyone, in case it hasn't really sunk in yet, Death Pony made a post about a campaign to get one of his friends out of an abusive situation and felt the need to find a way to not only drag me into it, but to also find a way to insult me in that process because I don't like Sega Sister. Of course, just of course. And for that matter, one, is that really what you needed? Did you think that would increase donations or something? Like, oh, well, I don't know if the average E4B reader is going to donate to this. Let's find a way to connect it to Ephrom Josine, then they will. Or did you really just think that that would help give you status or something? I don't even know. But for that matter, he was so much of a coward in it. He didn't even bother putting it in the post. He put it in the tags, which he knew less people would read. Because pretty much no one reads the tags. At least I don't read the tags. Do you read the tags? I don't really assume so. I can prove right now, by the way, this is only out of spite, not just to me, but also to Lily Pete. For instance, when Patchwork Heart revealed that they needed some help from the exact same website because they were cut off from benefits due to disability that rendered them unable to work, Lily Pete made a You Caring and currently sits at almost triple the original goal of $3,000. I will now read you every E4B post on this. And we've done that. Yeah, E4B did not once mention this You Caring or the fact that the Lily Pete fan base gave almost 3 times more than the original goal. Not only that, but when said You Caring exceeded its goal, you know what Pete did? She put a link to Sega Sisters in the description, and I'm pretty sure that if you were to add it up, Lily Pete's fan base would have given more than the entire E4B readership would have. But again, not a word of that said on E4B, probably because she didn't put a passive-aggressive rant in the description. By the way, the supposed queen of passive-aggressive rants can manage to not do that when sharing a you caring about abuse, but E4B just couldn't figure out how. I actually looked through several E4B's posts as well as many of the people who have been associated with them, and I couldn't find anything on this. E4B themselves posted nothing. Brittany posted nothing about this. Oceana Kitty posted nothing about this. Sega Sister, the person who the money is supposed to be going towards, posted nothing about this. Think about that. There are some other things I was considering covering, mainly looking through a couple more of those Hey Ephrom posts, but you know, we really can't top what I just covered, so I'm pretty much going to end here. Some may have expected me to talk about Mad Munchkin's video on bullying, but honestly, it wasn't even that bad, so I'm not even going to bother. You know, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night. That's it.